Alright, so I missed out on $14,000, and I promise it's not clickbait. And come to think of it, it wasn't a complete loss, so I didn't completely lose out on this, but goddamn did it suck. Wanna know how I missed out? Well, sit down, grab some popcorn, and pay close attention, because it's all coming up right now. As we say in Hawaii, aloha everybody. My name is Kwani, also known as Ionak, lover of all things entrepreneur. And in today's delightful video, I'll be showing you an investment that I made around 2 or 3 years ago. And I'll be sharing with you some of the mistakes I made, some of the lessons I learned from it, giving you tips on how to basically invest in something worth your time and money. Because had I been patient and just played my cards right and just waited, this would have made me, at the time of this recording, a profit of around $14,000 to $15,000. But before we get into the juicy stuff, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's a free way to support this channel to allow me to give you guys more badass content every day. Because if I feel like I've added some form of value to improve the quality of your life, then I feel like I've done a good job for the day. I would love to help as much people as I possibly can with these videos and every single piece of content that I pour my heart into. Also, please feel free to follow my Instagram account. This is where I post daily content more frequently of side hustles that make me money every day. All right, let's go. All right, so we're gonna rewind the time backwards and start all the way from 2017. December 2017, Tempe, Arizona. So probably around this time, I was working my 5th or 6th dead-end job of just checking people in hotels. You would know this from one of the previous videos I produced earlier, and I've linked it basically in this video if you want to go watch that one as well. Super helpful, kind of breaks down about business tips, giving you ideas and tips on how to start a new business. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. But while I'm working at this job, I'm thinking, wow, this sucks donkey nuts. There must be other ways for me to make money. I come home from work, go on my laptop, and lo and behold, through the mystical device of the internet, I stumble upon, what the hell is the fucking Bitcoin? After watching a few videos on the subject, I start consuming as much information as I can. Reddit forums, YouTube videos, books, any information that I can get my hands on to get anywhere away from this dead-end job. Quick money, massive gains of $5,000 to $10,000 in a short amount of time. Hell yeah, let's do it. Time to dump loads of my savings into this asset. What could possibly go wrong? So in actuality, a lot of things went wrong. We'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows, for sure. So overall, after that debacle and mess, I'm pretty sure I lost half of my investment in less than a month, which was maybe a little bit over $4,000, $3,000 or so. This time, let's fast forward a little bit. January 2018, Honolulu, Hawaii. I go back home to Hawaii and take a side job at Dave & Buster's to make a little side income. During that time period, I took whatever was left off of my initial investment from Coinbase and then put it on a new platform, Binance. I start from there and I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but unconsciously, I'm day trading. I don't know what day trading is at all, but that's what I'm doing, and I didn't learn that until afterwards. So many transactions go in and out, buy and sell. I really don't know how much money has left my hands at this point. After looking back in hindsight, between January 1st to January 14th, my investment total of the money that I put in grew from $1,000 to $4,000 within that 2-week time period, in positions that were around the 2018 Bitcoin peak. Remember those mistakes I mentioned a little bit before? Yeah, so here they are now. Mistake number 1, I dumped in at least $2,000 in my first investment, lost half of that, and then I decided to up that portfolio to $4,000. With still no idea what Bitcoin is, what it does, how it provides value to people, having no prior knowledge of knowing how markets work, just only focus on making money and not understanding the value behind the business or the commodity, just like how 90% of other people invest as well. Mistake number 2, I bought my positions at around $13,000 to $17,000, right at its peak in 2018. By the way, if you're watching this right now and you're a stock market enthusiast or a Bitcoin fanatic, then you already know this is going to be a massive dumpster fire.
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of hot.
Mistake number 3. Because the dumbest thing that I did was sell the bag. After I bought as much Bitcoin as I could afford at that time with the hopes and dreams that it would shoot to the moon forever, it started to crash. Heavy. Yep, cue the music.
Yes, excellent! Oh, but first I gotta do a few errands.
After that, I stopped. I thought Bitcoin was a scam and a sham. I thought what Satoshi Nakamoto created was a lie. So I took a break. I stopped fantasizing about the Lambos and fancy lobster dinners. But honestly, I was just annoyed that I lost at least 75% to 50% of $4,000. So there was that too. But fear not, because the story doesn't stop on a sad ending. Alright, fast forward time again. January 2019, Honolulu, Hawaii. You would think that the first 2 times I got burned, I learned my lesson and would just give up. Well, I did learn a lesson from that experience for sure. Never give up and really understand what the hell you're investing in. This time, I'm ready. It's Kwani 2.0. I'm bigger, I'm badder, I'm stronger, I'm bolder, and I'm better. Just kidding. I just have an actual strategy this time. So this time, I bought 1/10 of a Bitcoin at around 5,000 per coin, which was around $600 at the time. Then I throw in another $200 around the same price, and then I throw another $200 in. Then I threw another fat stack of $4,200 at around $5,000 per coin.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Wait a goddamn minute. Hold up. This one actually went well. Lastly, I used whatever was left from my previous investment in fiat and then I threw it back into Bitcoin. For the sake of time, boring money talk, and less confusion, just know that at one point I owned about 1.1 BTC, which my portfolio was worth around $15,000 at that time. 1 BTC at its peak in 2019 was worth around $12,000, which means with a $5,000 investment, I made essentially a $7,000 profit margin. But I didn't take profits. And then COVID happened.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real! Shit is getting real! Woo!
Cue the montage.
Yes, excellent!
Wait a minute. Remember I said I had a strategy this time? This time, I was ready. Well, kind of. Well, COVID happened, and then BTC crashed all the way down to $4,000 per coin. Me being greedy and not taking some profits, I only got maybe a fifth of that. But I was prepared, and knowing that when BTC usually goes down, the market always tends to go back up. And luckily, I did not sell my investment this time at a loss, but with a small gain. However, mistake number 4. My biggest mistake was that I thought only about the short term. I did not think about the long term. If I were to just hold my investment, or HODL as the community calls it, the biggest takeaway from all of this, had I just been patient, believed 100% in what I was investing in, and held out for the long term, with the second investment of $5,000, I would have made, during the time of this recording, $14,000 in profit. So now we're caught up. So what would I have done differently? Well, through these failures, I know what is the correct form of action to do now. Again, I am not a financial advisor or a financial guru at all, as you can obviously see with the story I'm telling you right now. However, here are some things that I would have recommended myself, plus you, the viewer, of what you should do when you're trying to invest in any commodity or even business. Number 1, do your research. This may be the 3rd video in a row already where I'm talking about research and studying and just understanding the subject and whatever you're trying to invest in. But I'm a heavy believer in knowing that you should study at least the fundamentals of whatever business you're trying to invest in, or just any skill at all. If you're parking your money into something, please just take the time, 30 minutes to an hour, just to understand what you're trying to invest in. It just saves you tons of time, less headache, and lessens the chance that you will lose a lot of money. But yes, to answer the question, I would understand why BTC is worth investing in and why other people would like to invest in it as well. I would be asking myself research questions like, is this investment fundamentally sound? Does this investment have future potential to bring a lot of value to the market long term? Are there massive red flags, gaping holes, problems that you could see in the system and investing in this commodity, this business, or whatever it is? You just taking 30 minutes to an hour a day to just do research and do your due diligence makes you a more well-informed and more prepared investor. HODL. So the reason why it's called HODL is basically just a typo of hold, so which hence the word HODL or HODLing. But regardless of the ridiculous acronym, the principles and the methods behind it are still true to this day. It is still true even when BTC didn't even exist before, and the only things that existed at the time were stocks, commodities, bonds, etc. Now, I'm not suggesting to HODL forever, but just holding your investment for a very long period of time will usually work out in your favor. The market always has a tendency to go upwards, and the best example that I can think of off the top of my head is Warren Buffett. Long-term holding is a part of his strategy, and that's what he used to essentially make him billions.
I spent $114.75. Three shares, $114.75. If I put that $114 into the S&P 500 at that time and reinvested the dividends, think of a figure as to what it would be worth today. The answer is about $400,000.
Number 3, have belief and faith in your investment. So after doing countless hours of research, and I'm confident in buying something that I see a lot of value in, I just wait and hold. That's it. No, seriously, that's it. Even if my commodity goes down, there's only one question I have to ask myself. Will this investment be worth more money and value down the road? If the answer is a confident yes, and I believe 100% in what I'm investing in, then I should be fine. Because there's only one thing I've learned from my personal experience of investing. You can never predict the market 100%. So what's my final opinion about BTC? I believe in it because, 1, it's essentially digital gold. It's weightless, it's scalable, and has the ability to transfer from one country's currency to another instantaneously. It's decentralized, meaning not one person, one group, or entity can control it, regulate it, or control the supply of it. 3, it combats inflation, meaning that only a set amount gets mined or printed per year. There are tens and thousands of other reasons why I believe in it, but go do your research. And just like that, this video is over. Again, if you found any value from this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Help support this channel. I'm glad I could give you guys some insight today and learn about something cool and interesting. Until then, keep learning, keep hustling, and keep being fully engaged in life. And I will see you in the next one.